In 2004, as a college golfer, Ryan Moore became only the fourth man in history to win both the US Amateur and the NCAA individual titles in the same year. He turned pro following his outstanding achievements, but insists he wasn't fazed by the weight of expectation.
No one puts more pressure on me than me, kind of thing. You know, like I don't really think of that outside stuff, or don't acknowledge it too much. I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I want to accomplish and what I want to do. So it was a lot going on, and I was kind of dealing with an injury right when I turned pro. So looking back at it, you know, that was probably the biggest effect on anything. You know, I had kind of hand and wrist issues at the time, which is just not what any golfer wants to deal with. And so honestly, to get my card and do it the way I did with all the circumstances and all that, you know, I didn't win right away, but I did some pretty good things for what I was kind of dealing with at the time.
After turning pro, Moore played on sponsor exemptions and secured his card in just 14 starts, making him the first player since Tiger Woods to go from college to the PGA Tour without a visit to Q school. However, his first win didn't come for another 4 years after experiencing the ups and downs of life on tour.
It makes you learn how to lose really well, just because you don't get to win very often. No matter if you play great, you know, sometimes somebody just plays better, and that's just how it works. Kind of the most important thing to me probably is not necessarily even how I might finish in a tournament. It's like, was I in that tournament? But did I actually at any point really have a chance to win that tournament? Because the more opportunities you get, the better chance you have of winning it.
Moore captured a 5th PGA Tour title at this year's John Deere Classic, his first win since completing a double at the CIMB Classic in Kuala Lumpur in 2014.
That tournament in Malaysia, I'm not sure why I like it so much, but 2 years in a row at least I liked it a lot, and I've played pretty well there my other years as well. So there's something kind of simple about playing tournaments outside the country. There's not all the hoopla and all the craziness that kind of comes along with it. They're a little bit quieter, and you just kind of can go play golf, and there's not all this stuff going on. So I think there's something to that, you know, with me that might make me just relax and go play a little bit. I've done okay in the Open Championship a few times, not for the entire week maybe, but I've had really good stretches there. I've been in the top 10, even top 5 late in the weekends a few times. So yeah, I'm not sure why. I play well overseas, but I do enjoy it.
His best finish at the Open came 2 years ago when he finished just outside the top 10 at Royal Liverpool. His performance the result of a learning process and adjusting to a different style of play.
That's an outstanding shot. Getting better all the time.
And it took me a while to understand links golf. You know, I think I've learned over time to kind of let the course dictate a little bit more of what you do, not you trying to force your will on the golf course. I think that's big. You know, just because you have a sand wedge in your hand does not mean that you can hit it anywhere near that hole. And if you do try and hit it near that hole, you're going to make a double kind of thing. Like, it takes a while to kind of get that in links golf. We're so used to, you know, target practice type golf over here. So I enjoy it a lot more now, that's for sure.
It's on those long bombers courses in the US that Moore tees it up on a more regular basis, though, and without the distance many of his rivals have, he takes a more strategic approach.
I cannot physically dominate a golf course like some guys can. I'd say I think my way around golf courses really well. I'm pretty good at getting a lot out of rounds that shouldn't be under par or close to it. I think I'd turn a lot of rounds that should be 3 or 4 over into 1 or 2 under a lot, and that's by making the right decisions around a golf course. Just because you can hit the golf shot doesn't mean you need to hit the golf shot at that moment, and it takes a while to get that. On a Thursday afternoon, your 5th hole of the day, just chip out and make a bogey. It's not the end of the world. You have plenty of time to make up for it. Hitting a tree, kicking out of bounds, making a triple bogey right there, you miss a cut just because of that one poor decision.
One decision that's out of his hands is that of a potential Ryder Cup debut at Hazeltine later this month. But he's been here before and says he isn't expecting the call.
I think I've been in the top 15 to 20 in points almost every single year. I've never made a team. So at this point, I'm not going to say I'm over it, but I kind of am a little bit. And I was 11th on the list 2 years ago and didn't get picked. Not saying I'm bitter about that or anything, but I don't know. I'd had like 15 top 20s that year and about 8 or 9 top 10s. Apparently that wasn't good enough for that team. So, you know, it's one of those things it's not a driving force for me. It's a result of playing good golf, and you know, you'll end up on the team, and I think I've faced that reality that I'm never going to get picked ever, no matter what. So basically I just have to play good enough that I end up in the top 10 somehow, or top 8 or whatever it is now. But no, it's not a big driving force for me, or not a big motivator, to be honest.
With 2 more FedEx Cup tournaments to go before Davis Love announces his picks, there is still time for Ryan to force his way into the captain's thinking and finally get his call up for Team USA.